Well, what can I say? GDKO 2025 is 20% complete, and by the end of this video, we'll have lost 50% of the devs in the competition. For those wondering, 50% equates to 106 devs. That's before the wildcard picks though, and more on that a little later. In round 1, the task was to create a core mechanic and a complementing secondary mechanic that when combined would create game progression. A very broad task, yes, but this was an exercise in scope. For those who have played these games before, adherence to the judging was key. For others, the temptation to make a full singing and dancing game was too much to resist. Choices that may not have served them well when it came to judging. Speaking of choices, upon submission, I asked you all to type one of 6 words into a text field. Some of you did this as asked, but some of you naughty people did not. Was this a test of obedience? Will GDKO be punishing defiance? Well, the answer is neither. The questions serve simply to shape the course of the next round and add some conditions to your next entry. All the answers from the questions have been tallied up, and the 2 words with the most picks will form a requirement for round 2. Let me explain. If the word aim is one of the top 2 most popular words, this means that in the next round, you'd need to add projectiles to your game or start a new game focused on projectiles. If duck is among the top 2, this means you'll need to add at least one animal or some form of wildlife that is crucial to the gameplay and not the main character. The word grow means the addition of a skill tree or leveling up system. The word float will mean you need to add water to your game or start a new game where water is a crucial element to the gameplay. The word voice will require you to add dialogue and NPCs to your game. And finally, the word choice will require perhaps the most effort in that you'll need to create meaningful choice within your player experience. Remember, only the top 2 most popular words will be used based on everyone's picks. It will not be based on the words you picked. Is that clear? Repeat after me. Everyone will include the same 2 top words in their next submission. With that said, if you want to impose some extra restrictions on yourself, why not see if you can add as many of the aforementioned words as you can, although there'll be no judging requirement for this. Now I bet you're itching to find out which 2 were most popular. Well, starting with the least picked words, here we go. Least popular was voice with 12 votes. Next was grow with 23 votes. Next was float with 28 votes. Next was choice with 34 votes, meaning the top 2 words you'll need to factor in will be duck with 41 votes and aim with 63. And inadvertently, round 2 has now somehow become remake duck hunt. Jokes, of course, that's not what round 2 has become. The official task for round 2 will be shared a little later in the video, because right now, we need to see which clever devs made the top 10. Top seed Lowton lands in 10th place with Backpack Bug Bash, a deck building auto battler. Collect cards and build your deck to battle bugs of all types and attain a top spot on the leaderboard. Newcomer 3am Games has set his store out as a top contender early this year with their cleanup operation in City Sweepers. Use your leaf blower to clear leaves and other debris from the path and into the compactor. GDKO 2024 finalist Avengi returns and jumps right back into the top 10 with his game Sacrifice, a card battler where you have to pick hero or mana cards to defeat your opponent in some sort of sadistic ritual. Choose to deal damage, heal, or sacrifice cards to implement strategies to avoid defeat. Tingame isn't pulling his punches this year, fighting his way into the top 10 with a 7th place finish with Throw a Punch, a simple game of smashing bugs that are trying to eat your candy. Move the candy, hit the bugs, and upgrade as wave after wave of insect onslaught befalls you. Spooky Man is no stranger to GDKO after winning a Best Game Made with Construct 3 at GDKO 2024. He's back with a flash, or should I say a riff, with this speedrunning and visually appealing game of quick reflexes and restarts. Nitramizu flies into the top 5 with Project Spackle, a turn-based strategy game where you have to navigate a maze avoiding enemies and surveying nearby star systems while attempting to spread the word about your new, all-in-one space paste. Veteran GDKO competitor Mushroom is back and lands just outside the top 3 with her game Retail Rush, a fast-paced shopping sim where you have to scan groceries to keep customers happy. Utilize your break times to de-stress and earn upgrades to make the job of scanning groceries a little easier to pallet. Potatuateta was picked as a wildcard in round 1 of GDKO 2024, but there will be no wildcard needed for perhaps GDKO's most improved dev this year. Potatuateta digs out a 3rd place finish with his game Dig Deep, a simple game that encompasses the task perfectly. Mine blocks with your laser, then upgrade your laser using the raw materials dropped. This game is super addictive and very satisfying to play. Great work on a well-deserved entry. Nat Good lands in 2nd after round 1, with a cute little game about dying and repossession. Use your player, alive or dead, to navigate through a series of puzzle platformer levels, switching switches and avoiding cleansing salts to reach the exit. Taking home the gold in round 1 is Josh, top seed and 2024 finalist, showing why he's got the minerals to go far again this year. Shift Shape is a puzzle platformer where you have to get your smiley face to the exit. Navigating a series of narrow and obscure passages, use the number keys to shapeshift and the WASD keys to move your face through your shape. A wonderfully simple take on the task and a much deserved winner for GDKO round 1. Congratulations Josh, a free Sprite download key and $25 of game dev market credit is on its way to you. Before we continue with the video, I'd like to take a moment to thank this year's sponsors Game Dev Market, GDevelop, Construct and Sprite for donating some wonderful prizes again. Alongside the highly coveted winners t-shirt, up for grabs this year, GDevelop are giving away a 6-month silver subscription. GDevelop is the most powerful open source no-code game engine, make 2D, 3D and multiplayer games without limits, published everywhere from iOS, Android, Steam, web and gaming platforms. Game Dev Market is giving away oodles worth of free store credit, including a whopping $250 for the winner. Game Dev Market is a marketplace for high quality, affordable game assets handcrafted by talented creators from all around the world. Win any single round and receive a free Sprite download key. Sprite is considered by many as the leading pixel art software available to devs. Create anything with complete ease, including tile sets and character animations. Lastly, the highest ranked game using Construct will receive a free 1-year Construct 3 subscription. And speaking of such, let's take a quick look at who's using which engine this year. Unity tops the popularity chart after round 1 with 79 devs submitting an entry using their software. Godot follows closely behind with Construct and GameMaker battling it out for 3rd and 4th place. Unreal and GDevelop bringing up the rear with 10 users each, and 11 devs have opted to take part using something different as their preferred engine. More on this as the rounds develop. As mentioned before the jam, the bottom 25% of devs will not be eligible for a wildcard pick. Bottom 25% will simply be eliminated. If your name is called out in this next section, your GDKO journey has come to an end, and I thank you for taking part. In no particular order, the bottom 25% and those leaving the competition are Spectre76, Wager of the Arcane, Mastermind Stoner, Rubber Duck Odyssey, M98, the Mr. Beast Street Fighter game, Banan09, Echoes of Light, Hi-Oh, Make the Level, Big Basher Sheep, The Devil's Deal, Underlife, Kingdoms of Kin, Nico Again, Bright Echoes, Vintage Salmon, Tethered Heights, 8180E, Lumen A Umbra, Chef is Africa, Gangman, Duralf, Lizard Prototype, Fish Businessman, Demon's Escape, Icky Mackey, World War I, But You Are a Ball, Valid, Loot, Round 1, Actual Mallard, Snake Game, Erebus Dev, The Amazing Automated Atelier, XYZ3, Ashen Horizon, Spiky Ice, Nature Dog Adventures, Bones the Cool, The Great Ascent, Togi Tokyo, Build a Bot Tower Defense, Papa Smokehouse, The Second Temptation of Jeremiah Whitechapel, Nicholas Winkler, Franco, Prussian Battle. Juk Games Alistanov, Ghost of Netta. Yaya 0605, turn-based combat game. Created by Nathan. Todd and the Cult. Daniel Fevre, Tracer Prototype. Wordy Safe, Farmageddon. Brabo 48, Damsai and Dash. Pergob Peoples, Neptune K Blaster ASM. Grapple Games, Light Ninja. King Boo Foam PC, Endless Power. Kernia, Arena. Jinch O, Keep Breathing. Papalitas, Manalani. Jack Ross 1977, Mountain Adventure. Frontline Studios, Gold Rush. Anish JK India, Pyramid Shift. Simply Curiosity, Gravity Experiments. Joy McGeen, Skeleton Swarm, Uta Zane, Snake Robbery. Altorian, Double Trouble. Realm Studio, Beyond Everest. Hayua, Wash Your Underwear or Die. BDZ Studio, Titzo Man. Lyrics, Inside the Unreal. Popdog 7, Spell Forged. Yusuf Joe, Ninja Runner. Ashabi, Feed Me, Demo. And the final dev leaving the competition, Omzi Gizmo with Lone Samurai. That's quite a lot of devs that just got the axe. Let's take a moment to appreciate their efforts and contributions before culling some more of you.
2 seconds later.
Well done if you're still here. Drop a thumbs up in the chat if you made the initial cut so I can see who's still sat on the edge of their seat. I hate to say it, but sadly a lot more of you can't continue in the competition. The next set of devs ranked between 50 and 75% in the community voting will be at the hands of the GDKO judges for redemption. Before we reveal those devs, let's take a look at the GDKO judges picking wildcards for round 1. Q34 was the winner of GDKO 2024 and as a result was offered a judging spot this year. Q34 has a YouTube channel dedicated to game dev, makes games for itch.io and can also be found on X. As a previous winner of the competition, Q34 knows exactly what it takes to win and will be picking out someone he thinks has the potential to go far in the competition. Shiba Dog Studios also has a YouTube channel dedicated to game development, also makes games for itch and can also be found on X. Shiba is also making a game for Steam called Isle of Birds, which you can wishlist now. So without further ado, let's find out which devs they'll be picking from, and again, in no particular order, those devs at risk are Play Flash Games, Rock Paper Scissors -1, Kev S, Capture and Solve, Sarah BHK, Horns of Valor, Dulcie, Cosmic Infinity, Cherry Games, GDKO 2025, Treefire 33, Simulated Desktop, Baojay, Cabin in the Forest, Flapjack 74, Defenders Horizon, Jerome Gesquire, Microplant Actions, The Great Omar, Skeletal Bound, Mary Lee Fabled, Let's Get Necky, Rico TV, Baldy's Farm, Chatan, Task 1, DRPG Project, Man with the Red Hat, Fox, Obish, Jetpack and Alien, Fred Game Dev, Just a Card Game, Mecha 176, Gamer Chairs Race, Kebabman, Weapon Test Chamber, Bad Oatmeal, Edge of Life, Priot Software, Mirror World, Arboring, Basketball Breakout 3D, Max, Law of Distribution, Rupert 1404, Star Slingers, Shaggy 4, Chop Craft, Meltdown Games, The Obedience Test, Backup Miles, The Sushi Horde, Project Paddy, Bamboo Panda Punch, Six Knowledge, Monkey Madness, Bleetu, Survive Zombie Wave, Cotton Ball, Street Race, Rodrigo Rocker, Monster Block, Sleeping Forge, Home Run Hit, Overden, Ham Runner, Newt World Order, Office Smasher, Farah, Squares, Breadward, 2005, Poker, Abdullah 2024, Gravity Shift, Arsanthania, Get the Intel, Dabble Games, Alien Armada, Tutlax 46, Gridots with Grid Blocks, That Block, Gridox, The True Tricksters, Pew Pew Boss Game, Hala M, Polar Rush, Pixel, Nikoni, Older, Iden R, Arrow Defender, Hi, my name is Chambo, Shapes and Stuff, Oxyboxy, Light and Shadow, Sam and Cheese, Cafe Jam, Paper Cloves, Lost in the Woods, Noah Hasselan Development, Firewiz version 1, DICN, Life's After Death, Ethan Driscoll, Laser Waves, Floof Doctor, Pebble Proof, Arconi, Duck of Dock, and finally Moonfall 360, Up, Down and All Around. If your name wasn't called, you've made it to round 2. You'll be able to check the official rankings after the video to see where you ranked. If your name was mentioned, sit tight while we check in with Q34 and Shiba Dog Studios to see who's been chosen as the wildcard.
Hi, I'm Q34 and my GDKO round 1 wildcard pick is Law of Distribution by Max. I chose this game because of how well both mechanics work together. I really enjoyed the gameplay being split up into action and resource management. Building a factory inside the player's gun is a unique idea, and that part of the gameplay reminded me of Factorio and my industry. I also really like how the bullets are used not only to shoot enemies, but also as components to craft other items. The progression feels satisfying. It's very engaging to unlock new buildings to expand the factory with each level up. The game is a really interesting concept, and I would love to see it developed further. One thing that I could suggest is explaining more clearly the purpose of each building, but overall, a great entry, and I can't wait to see what Max will come up with the next round.
Howdy, Cuba from Shubadog Studios here, and first things first, I just want to say a big congratulations to everybody who took part in round 1 of GDKO. Making a game in any capacity is no small feat, so it's a big achievement for every single one of you who has taken part. All that being said, unfortunately I'm only able to pick one game as my wildcard choice, and for me, of all the games that I played, I really loved Monster Block. As much as the idea clearly wasn't fully fleshed out, I really loved the premise and the ability for creating different kinds of puzzles that could come up here, and I really enjoyed the implementation of the game feel and general juice that the project had in its first instance, so I'd be really interested to see it developed further, to see how this idea can be evolved.
There we go, 106 devs plus 2 wildcards are now ready to move on to round 2. In round 2, another 50% of you will be leaving the competition and will be picking another 2 wildcards from those ranked between 50 and 75% of the community vote. In round 2, you'll be playing for your place in the dev versus dev round. So let's see what you're made of. Top seeds, Lotan, Simon CB, Sigil, Josh, Game Favourites, Avengi and Dev Pirates still remain in the competition, with Lotan, Avengi and Josh all receiving top 10 placements in round 1. Sadly, top seed Hugbub has been eliminated due to non-submission, and if I were you guys, I'd consider yourself lucky they were. All that's left to do now is reveal the official round 2 task. I've already told you that your round 2 entry must contain projectiles and at least one animal that is crucial to gameplay and not the main character. But round 2 will also be the storytelling round. You'll need to come up with an engaging narrative that will hook your player in and make them want to keep playing. You can start a new project entirely for this round, or you can continue with your round 1 entry if you think you can make it fit the task criteria. Speaking of task criteria, here's the official judging questions you'll need to consider when planning your round 2 entry. Was the story clear, original and engaging? Did the game include a non-main character animal that was crucial to the gameplay? Did the game include well thought out projectile mechanics? Did the story, projectiles and animal fit together well? Was the game free from bugs? Consider these questions carefully when building your game. The round 2 jam page is now up, and links to join are in the description, pinned comment, Discord, and via itch.io's email. Please only join if you made the cut. I will be checking. The results to round 1 are now public, so feel free to take a look at where you placed. Good luck in round 2, and I'll see half of you back here a month from now to reveal the classic game we'll be recreating and the rules to the dev versus dev elimination round. Remember, top seeds, if they make it through, will avoid pairing each other. Based on some of the entries to round 1 though, it's not just the top seeds you do well to avoid pairing against.